And that has contributed in part to the growth. Korea as well. Korea once upon a time never traded options. Today they're beginning to embrace options, especially with the extremely high volatility that you've seen in the last 6 months to a year. Quite a number of end users have begun to rethink the way they used to do business and the way they used to manage their price risk, and have begun to use options as part of that price risk management. Okay. One other little fact that you might or might not know is that we also have what is called the mini grain and oilseed futures contracts. It's mini wheat, mini corn, and mini soybeans. They are 1/5 the regular size of the regular contract. Okay. If I'm not wrong, they're exactly nice for about 1 container, more or less. Yeah, the size. So it was introduced partly because of that need. More products are moving in containers because container freight is cheap at the moment, and the size was perfect for container, more or less. I give or take a few tons. So of course, in that area also we've experienced a bit of growth as well. Okay, now probably this slide is of interest to you. A lot of people have asked me, trade Chicago means have to stay up in the night and trade. Don't get any sleep. Next day the boss still asks me to come to the office at 9 o'clock. Okay, no rest for the weary. But you have an option. You could trade the overnight session, and in fact, quite a number of people do. If my memory serves me correct, back in 2000, when I was trading the overnight session, it was very difficult to trade. Only a couple of thousand contracts the whole session. Okay. Now we've also experienced growth there. As you can see, in the first hour alone, okay, this chart shows we broke down that 6 to 6 period into 12 different hours, yeah, and we measured the average daily volume, average hourly volume. I'm sorry, for a 1 hour period, and naturally, the first hour has the most volume. But what struck me was that there is a lot of volume in the first hour. Okay, if you talk about corn alone, you have on the average, you have 12,000 contracts traded in the first hour across all months, lah. Okay, I'm not talking only about the spot month, but across all months. That's quite significant in 1 hour, 12,000 contracts. So if you're looking or thinking that you don't want to stay up in the night, you want to hedge in our daytime, you could trade it in that first hour. And even the second hour, it's fairly liquid. Okay, you should be able to get in and out, but it depends on your size. If you want to put a 400 lot order in, then maybe that's a little tough. But if you're looking like you want to hedge 10, 20, 50, you could get in and out easily in that first hour. Then it starts to taper off into the mid-afternoon, and then it picks up near the end of the evening. So it's an available choice, and I would recommend if you need liquidity, you trade it in the first 2 hours. You should be able to put your orders in and take them out. And you don't need to sacrifice any sleep. Okay? Okay, so I shall leave you with a little bit of numbers. Again, same thing. Growth across all classes, including options. And I'll hand the presenter over to Kwong.
Okay, I'm Kwong Chang. I'm from the CME's Globex account management team. I got a lot of questions asking me what exactly is Globex. So Globex, yes, is CME electronic trading platform, but it's not just electronic trading. It's a combination of technology, knowledge, innovations, as well as our trading experience. So it's a single access point, a venue that bring all the buyers and sellers around the world. So when we talk about the complete trading experience, so what does it mean to us? Customer service. We have two customer service desks around the world. We have two customer service desks, one in London, one in Chicago that operates 24 hours a day, 6 days a week. We have local support staff in Singapore, Hong Kong, Sydney, Tokyo, Mumbai, Shanghai, and soon we'll be opening up an office in Seoul. So as Nelson mentioned, we have multiple asset classes. Now, beside commodities, we have interest rate, FX, energy metals, weather properties that you can use to hedge your positions. Multiple exchanges. We are not only listing our own CME-owned products. We have products list from Minneapolis Grain Exchange, NYMEX, COMEX, and soon we will be launching the Brazilian Mercantile Exchange products on Globex. Deep liquidity. So what does it mean, deep liquidity? So what I can show you, the Q2 2008, our volume have increased. Our hub volume that increased 2 times comparing to first quarter. And in Q2, we processed, the Globex itself processed more than 4.5 billion orders. So it's a big amount of transactions. Intellectual property. As Nelson also mentioned, we have CME hold patents on products, technology, as well as a system architecture. One example would be our span margin system. CME also the first exchange that integrate clearing and trading of the forward rate agreements in the over-the-counter interest rate markets. So in terms of, from a system perspective, we use iLink for order routing and FICFAS market data platform. When I say that market data is what you see on the screen, the price feed coming in and out. So what it really benefits to our users, it saves a lot of development times and efforts. Matching engines. We have very robust matching engines. I will show you later on the slides that how the volume compared to the response time, round-trip response time. Trading software. We have more than 195 software that has been certified by CME. So you have a lot of options to choose from what trading options that you can use. Connectivity. There are basically generally there are 2 types of connectivity that you can choose from. One is go through the third party indirectly. For example, Philip Futures, they will take care of the network architecture for you. And another option is that you can connect directly to the exchange. I can go there in further details in the next few slides. And of course, we have operation staff, development staff, 24/6 a week. And we have 2 dedicated testing environments that is available for our customer. So those software that has been certified, we make sure they meet the exchange requirements before they deploy to the users. This is a map that shows Globex access over 80 countries and with more than 1,100 direct connections to the exchange. And one interesting is that the international hub volume compared Q1 08 to a year ago, Q1 07, has increased 76%. And right now in Asia, we have a hub in Singapore and we'll soon targeting a hub in next year in Seoul. And connected entities like Philip Futures, third parties, vendors, those are the vendors that you can access to talk to support your networks that connect to the exchange. Right now, we have 45 ISV, which is independent service vendors that you can choose from, has been certified by CME, and 150 proprietary systems has been certified to CME as well. So the directory is available on the website, cmegroup.com/Globex Access Directory. This is just the overview of the exchange average daily volume for the first half of the year. You can see all the products have increased over the past 2 years. And what I want to show you the next slide, the volume keep increasing and the average round-trip response time, we have been improving over time. That right now, over the past quarter, we only average response time is only 11.3 milliseconds. We are talking about milliseconds here, so it's quite impressive. Okay, back to the basic questions. How can I start trading on Globex?